It's All Gravy with Teresa. Hey y'all, this is Teresa from It's All Gravy with Teresa. We're doing a little cooking today. Before that, I would just like to tell you again, thank you so much for all your likes, shares, and comments, for going to our page and liking and following. We have hit 1,000, over 1,000, and we're just so excited and know that we're on the right path. And you know, I've said many times in my life that if I just do the footwork, God's going to take care of the rest of it. So we're excited to see where this goes, and we're so grateful and thankful that you're on this journey with us. Today, I wanted to tell you first, since we've met I wanted you guys to help us out and get to 1,000 followers, and you have more than done that. And we're going to give away a t-shirt. It's All Gravy with Teresa. And my granddaughter and daughter-in-law designed this. And just a little reminder, we like to have Robbie, my son that passed away, these little flowers we put on here. Clint put that into the design as a tribute to him. Robbie's my son who passed away a few years ago. And so we wanted to make sure that he was on this journey with us too. Maddie, my granddaughter, I talked to her this morning. We have gray t-shirts that will have this print on it, and she's going to do one of those today that we can put up. You can like, share, and comment. Is that right, Clint? And you will be in the drawing for us to give away a t-shirt, and we're really excited about getting It's All Gravy out there. So just be watching for that to come. Again, I just thank you all so much, and I'm so appreciative of how this is going and how you guys are helping us out. Also, the Patreon, if you have checked that site out, please do that. That's going to help us to just decide which direction we're going into, and how we'll be able to do that. So if you have checked that out, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. And if you haven't, give it a minute after you check us out, It's All Gravy with Teresa, and see if you're willing to help us go on this journey. I love you guys. I'm so happy to be here. And today we're going to make banana bread. This is an easy recipe that you can again, you can pass it down to your children and grandchildren, and you can tweak it to just the way you like it. And I've taken just a basic recipe and we put a little more cinnamon in ours, and we put topping on top of it. And my granddaughter Mila absolutely loves it. And whenever I bake it, this recipe makes 2 loaves. So I usually try to make 2 recipes at a time. So I can put some in the freezer for her when she's here. So, if you guys are ready, we're going to head to the kitchen and mash up some bananas. Thank you. Hey guys, we're in the kitchen again. Teresa's kitchen. And you are watching It's All Gravy with Teresa. We always start off by washing our hands. We're trying our best to get where we can shorten these videos down a little bit. So I'll try to keep my stories to a minimum. And we've got all of our stuff already ready to go. So maybe that'll make it a little quicker. We're going to start off we're making banana bread. And that my children love this. My grandchildren. Mila, this is her very favorite thing. She loves to help make it, and she loves to eat it, and she likes to hoard it. So I usually make extra and put in the freezer for her. But we start off by, we have put our oven on 350, and it's preheated, ready to go. We have done our pans. We have sprayed them with Pam really good. And then I just put a little light sprinkling of flour in the bottom, and that's going to make them come out good and smooth. So we've got everything ready to go. I will tell you that this will be a little bit noisy, and we may cut it off just for a minute because we have to mix our eggs, our sugar, and our cream cheese, and that takes just a minute, and this mixer's pretty loud. And I'll tell you a sweet story about this mixer. I was in the restaurant business for 20 plus years, and we did everything by hand. You know, it finally got where there were a few things that we could use that were pre-made or kind of together. We just had to mix it up. So, but in the early days, just a little hand mixer is what we used, and we still used just a little hand mixer to make all of the meringue for all those pies for all those years. So there's no telling how many hand mixers we went through. But my husband and his parents, on I think our second Christmas, surprised me with this beautiful KitchenAid mixer. And I absolutely love it. I didn't get to appreciate it or use it. It's actually my mother-in-law took it home with her for a little bit to make cookies and candies around Christmas time. But whenever I retired, I went and grabbed it off of her kitchen counter, and she's still crying about it a little bit. But I love it. I love it, and I appreciate them so much for thinking of me and getting it for me. Shout out to Carl and Lorraine Reno and my husband for thinking of it. So we are going to start off by using our farm fresh eggs right out of our backyard, our little, I call it our acre survival garden. So in that we've got chickens, and this is from my beautiful little hens. Look how pretty. So there's 1 and 2. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of them. I could go out there and hug them. So that's the eggs. And we're going to, I've already got my fork. We're just going to mix those up a little bit. Doesn't have to be a whole lot, just a little bit before we put it in the mixer. And then our eggs, our bananas, it says 1 cup, and that usually equates to about 3 good ripe bananas. And I just put these in little pieces, and then or kind of big pieces, and I'll mash them up with a fork. And that's what makes our bread so good. In this recipe, like I was telling you earlier, you can adjust it to what you like. We like cinnamon and sugar, so I put more cinnamon and sugar in mine, and I put it on top. If you like nuts, you can put pecans or walnuts or whatever you like or whatever you have. You can add it in the batter, or you can just add it on the topping. My mother-in-law, I was mentioning, she likes to use the nuts, and she makes this same recipe, but she will put the nuts inside her mix. And for some reason, I just don't like it like that. So we're going to do it my way. And again, that's what's so great about these home-style recipes is you are going to design it for what your family likes best. Your family may not like as much cinnamon. They may not like as much sugar. So you could back off on some of that stuff. You can use margarine. You know, I love real butter. So I'm going to use real butter. Just so many things you can adjust and fix it like you want and like your family wants. And again, they're going to say, my Grammy makes the best banana bread. And if you're Mila, she's going to say she makes it just for me. And that'll make your heart smile. So here we go. I'm going to put the cream cheese in here in my handy dandy mixer. And I didn't quite put it out of the refrigerator soon enough. Refrigerator. My Butler County keeps coming out. Now I'm going to put it in pieces in here. It's going to make it mix up a little bit easier. So there's the cream cheese. Sorry about the noise. I warned you. So there's that. We're going to add our sugar. And we're going to add our eggs. From my little chickadees out there. I named my chicken Goldie. And my grandson Trip has named his Yellow. And if we've got any more names, Diego, I can't remember what he named his. Eliana named hers Bon Bon. I don't know, we got some great names going on. But I'll say Goldie gave me these eggs. Here's my stick of butter. And again, you can use margarine if you prefer. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This just gives it a little more flavor and a little more sweetness. And I'm going to add, no, I'll wait on the cinnamon. We're going to do this. Okay, here we go. If y'all are ready, and what we're going to do, if it's too loud for the videotaping, we'll turn it off and come back to it. So, let's see what happens. How's that, Clint? Oh, good. Well, we'll just do it like this, and I'll have to, in a minute, I'll have to hurry it up a little bit, or turn the power up. So while we're waiting on that, we'll go ahead and we'll put with our flour, I don't know if I told you how much sugar I put in there. I put, sorry about using my phone, I put 1.5 cups of white sugar, and I put 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and it doesn't matter what brand. And that needs to be out of the refrigerator for a little bit, softened. I put 1 stick of butter or margarine, and that equates to 1/2 cup. 2 raw, fresh eggs. In my case, they're really fresh. Thank you, Goldie. And we're going to add to this now a teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm going to do that now, and that'll be our wet. And this is a teaspoon, and I'm going to put a teaspoon and a little bit running over. You know, that never hurts. All the good stuff. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon to this flour, because I like it in my mix also. And then I have the baking soda. Baking soda. Is 1/2 of a teaspoon. So let me see what I did with my 1/2. Right here, I got it. 1/2 of a teaspoon. And we want to kind of make sure on this one, this is one you really don't want to put too much, because it'll give it too much of the soda taste. And I've done that before, and the bread's not near as good. So do just exactly what it says, is 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to put that right in there. And then we have to put baking powder, and that's 1.5. Oh, thank you, Clint. So 1.5 teaspoons. So this is our 1. And we're going to do it again. We want to be pretty precise on this. 1.5 teaspoons. Now just put all those dry ingredients together. And we're going to mix those up. Now let's take our fork and kind of where they're all in there together. And our mix is looking so good. And I hadn't had to blow your ears up, so that's always a good thing. We're going to add our bananas now and see how they've mashed up, and they'll get a little bit liquidy after you mash them up. That's the reason you want them pretty ripe. If they're hard to mash up, you'll know next time that you need to let them ripen a little bit more. We're going to add the bananas in. Oh, and all that smells so good. Again, I wish we could invent smell-o-vision, Clint. We could both quit working. Well, I've already quit working, but you could quit working. I quit working and learned to do it a little less and decided to let my husband do it for a while, which is new for me. But it's working. I get to get in the pool every once in a while and enjoy my grandchildren and babysit and do all those fun things that grannies get to do. So we've got that all mixed up and doing good. We've already put our vanilla in, and I'm going to prepare you. We need to mix this up really good for a minute, so I'm going to turn it on high. So we're going to do that I'm going to say a couple of minutes. Thanks to my handy dandy mixer, my arm will have cramps after a while. Alright, now we're going to turn it back down on low. There we go, and I'm going to add the flour. And this is just my personal preference. I add it just a little bit at a time. Two reasons. It don't blow all over the place. And it mixes up good, mixes up better. So we're going to put just a little bit at a time and let it mix up. I think I've told you all before how much I've enjoyed baking since I've not had to work, but it has been a chore. It's been a chore for me to learn how to make a pie instead of 6 pies. But it's been fun. And cakes, I was not ever a big baker, but I've enjoyed experimenting with making cakes and making cakes from scratch. So, you know, maybe we can do that. There's some good old-fashioned recipes, and I think of one now that my mom used to make just so we would have something sweet. And all I can remember was it was old-fashioned cake, and it seems to me like maybe we should put applesauce in it. So I'll have to see if I can find a recipe for that. Again, we're trying to do things on this program that you can enjoy cooking. It's something that you can customize to your family, and hopefully you're going to pass down from generation to generation. And we're excited to be a part of that. I'm going to turn this on high again for a minute, so get ready. Woo! That's about jumping off the stand. All right, that's great. I'm going to do just a little to get my batter off of there. Look how pretty. This, I'm gonna get it. Probably ain't supposed to do it like that, but you know me. That's a good, nice batter, and that's how you want it to look. A little bit of lumps in there, that's your bananas. That's all good. So excuse me again, Clint. Alright, now just give it a good stir to make sure that everything is mixed in off the bottom, all your sugar and your baking powder and your baking soda. There's our pans that we have ready to go, and we're going to just divide this in half. I'll kind of go back and forth to make sure I get it as even as I can. And we're going to put this in the oven Oh, wait a minute. I got to put my topping on. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so worried about us hurrying up so we don't have another 34-minute episode. Although it was fun. I had a good time. That looks so pretty. I'm excited about coffee tomorrow morning already, having a piece of this. I like to get it all out of there. We're going to smooth these down. It smells so good, that cream cheese and cinnamon. So good. Break this off. And then, because I like extra, I've got 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're going to mix that up and divide it on top of these 2 loaves of bread. And again, if you wanted, we've got pecans here. I'm not going to put them on there because I told you already I don't really like them like that. But this would be, if you just wanted it in the topping, you could put it on there now. So here's this, and I just start at one end and make sure that it all gets covered good. And then when this cooks, you're going to have a good little taste whenever you cut into it of what's to come. And it's so good with a cup of coffee or a glass of milk. Here's the next one. You just cover all your little corners, so those are going to be good and coated. I don't know why I'm talking so soft. I'm trying to put you to sleep. And then this would be something that you can adjust, you know. If it's too much, you lighten up on it, or you don't have to put it on here at all. Okay. So, my oven's already preheated, my new handy dandy oven, and I'm so blessed that this has the convection abilities. So I just, the baking, the bread, and you don't have to have it, but it is a very nice feature. So I put them up towards the top. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 positions up, and I put them in the middle. There you go. We're going to set our timer, cook time, for 45 minutes. And we are going to let that bake. We'll be back in 45 minutes to let you see the finished product. So we will talk to you soon. Thank you. Alright guys, this is Teresa. It's All Gravy with Teresa. And we left you after we put our banana bread in the oven. It's been 45 minutes and it looks beautiful. So, there we are. We're going to set it on these cooling racks. We'll let it cool. And then we're going to have one for tomorrow. So I will just wrap it in plastic. The one that I'm going to put in the freezer, I will wrap in plastic wrap. If you have wax paper, it's a good note to put wax paper, then plastic wrap, and then aluminum foil. And just seal that up good and put it in the freezer. And it will last up to about 3 months. And you can just take it out as you need it. and Mila's going to love it. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you put your own spin on it. And if you have, if you will, like, share, comment, and go to our page, like, and follow it. We thank you so very much for watching, and I hope to talk to you again real soon. Have a blessed day.